Why leave this beach in San Diego in late December? Well, because the Aztecs and the Cougars are playing up on Montezuma Mesa. Devin Watson leads San Diego State versus TJ Haws and the BYU Cougars. It's an old Wild West rivalry renewed in San Diego. Truly our pleasure to welcome you to San Diego, California. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy Holidays, getting you set for BYU and San Diego State. So from the Blackburn family, the Gillen family, happy winter solstice from all of us to all of you. Fun game, though, Pete, between these two former conference foes.
Carter, you cannot get any better than this. We're in San Diego, which many people say is America's finest city. Two big-time teams, San Diego State and BYU. Both are desperate for a win to get momentum going into conference play.
And the Cougars have one of college basketball's best in Yoli Childs.
Yoli Childs is one of the best players in the country that a lot of people don't know about. He controls the paint offensively and defensively. He's very strong physical. He can knock it down from three-point land. He shoots 55% from the field to lead their team. He can take over a game at any time, Carter. He's a fabulous player.
Meanwhile, for San Diego State, it's a team who in the past has done it out, grinded out defensive, low-scoring games. This year's San Diego State bunch is letting it fly. Take us through our AT&T fast analysis.
San Diego State is a tremendous three-point shooting team. They shoot 41% from three-point land. That leads the Mountain West Conference. They do it in a half-court offense. If you go under the screen, Devin Watson from way downtown can nail it. He shoots 44% from outside. They also can do it inside out. They kick it inside, they kick it out. One more pass by Helmsley to the corner. Watson again from three-point land. They also can score in transition. They have a good shot. They give it to the corner to Mitchell for a great shot. They're a tremendous three-point shooting team.
It's an old-school hardwood matchup. Back to the wacky days, then memories of Jimmer and Kawhi. It's the 2018 edition of the Cougars versus the Aztecs. A festive crowd has gathered at Viejas Arena in San Diego to see the BYU Cougars, the San Diego State Aztecs. Same five for the Cougars and Aztecs as in recent games with Connor Harding, the freshman from Pocatello, Idaho, in the five for the BYU Cougars. Big size off the bench for San Diego State, but they start small. From 1979 to 2011, they were together in the WAC and then the Mountain West Conference. And then BYU into the West Coast Conference in basketball. So a reunion between those long time and intense conference foes between BYU and San Diego State. And Pete, you talked about how this is a big game momentum-wise, heading into the Christmas break, heading into conference play. You don't want to lose as Childs gets his first board.
Exactly. It's a big game right before Christmas, Carter, and tournament play is important, and conference play is right around the corner, so you want to get a win going into conference. You want to feel good.
Childs misses his first look. Mitchell, there's the new look Aztecs beat from long range.
41% from three-point land. Devin Watson makes great decisions, Carter, on the break. He knows when to shoot, when to pass.
The 11th best three-point shooting team in college basketball is San Diego State. Big improvement from recent years.
No question. They got three guys shooting over 40% from three-point land.
Double on Childs. That creates a look for Connor Harding.
Good job. When you double somebody, Carter, two passes out of the double team, you're going to get a wide-open shot.
This is Harding's fourth start, replacing Dalton Nixon in the starting lineup. Emsley lost it out of bounds as we look at our keys to the game from Pete.
BYU got to defend the three. We talked about San Diego State, deadly from downtown. Balance scoring. You got to get 4 or 5 guys a double figure. San Diego State transition. You got to get back and crash the boards. They don't do a good job on the board, so it'll be interesting to see which team does that.
BYU is 0-3 on the road. Only win away from Provo was versus Utah in Salt Lake City. Double on Childs again. So Harding in the paint, tried to drop it off, taken away. Tough from Shackle on the steal. Hemsley ahead. McDaniels fouled. It's on Celius. Aztecs get it started with defense.
Exactly. Good defense led to offense. So they get a deflection, a steal, and they push it. So we talked to Dave Rose before the game. He's worried about the transition game of the Aztecs. He said they're really athletic, they're quick, they fly down the court. So BYU's got to get back.
Jalen McDaniels, we will discuss the off-the-court issues later. For now, Jalen Daniels on the court. Double figure scoring every game this year. Had a career high 26 in Maui. Win over Xavier, former team, but the only game that the Aztecs won the trip to Maui.
Exactly. Took a lot out of me, but that's a great game for Devin Watson at 21 points. And they beat Xavier. Big win.
A little pressure from San Diego State. TJ Hawes on the wing. Over 1,100 career points. Hawes guarded by Hemsley.
You know, Carter, TJ Hawes is red hot. Last 4 games, he's averaging 22 points and shooting 61% from downtown.
Harding it in the corner, and both teams come away letting it fly from 3-point.
Joshua Hartnett is their X factor card. You know, Hawes is going to do well. Childs is going to do well. To get that third score, they're going to be tough to beat.
3 baskets in the game, all of them threes. Mitchell spins on Childs and one with a foul on Yoli Childs, hanging an early personal on Childs.
Matt Mitchell's very versatile. We saw he hit a 3. Now he spins in a lane, little contact. Nice finish off the glass. Matt Mitchell, a little flex. I like it. I got a gun show in February, Carter. Got to get my guns going.
You got it. Well, you're gonna have to work in some protein amidst the holiday eating.
Are you saying that I have poor pythons?
No, I'm just saying don't get many more cookies from Ted down the way. But
right,
you know, mix in a protein shake. That's just my advice.
Good. When you get my age, Carter, you're not going to look like an oil painting.
I'm glad our laughing core. There's Ted Leitner, yeah, with a nice bag of cookies from a loyal Aztec listener.
And traps here by San Diego State.
Taken away, second steal by San Diego State. Watson attacks. Into the corner, Hemsley. Woo! Beautiful ball from the Aztecs.
That was great defense, led to offense. Tremendous job by the Aztecs. Now, push it ahead. Look for Childs in the middle.
Mitchell fronting him. Harding off the screen from Childs. 9 to shoot. Hawes in the corner. Second chance into Childs' hands, and on the second opportunity, Yoli Childs and one.
Great pass by Zach Celius. Offensive rebound, throw to Childs. He's got tremendous hands. Nice finish by the big guy. Celius with the pass. Great catch. Nice soft touch.
And the foul's on Jalen McDaniels, so you have one each on the talented big men. Childs for BYU and McDaniels for San Diego State. Childs finishes it off. 8 double-doubles on the year. Only 4 players in the nation have more.
Tremendous. 2-3 zone here by BYU. They're doing that because they don't have the quickness of the Aztecs. They can't, the dribble penetration bothers them, so Dave Rose told us a little before this afternoon, Carter, and that, hey, we got to do a better job playing man, so we have to play some zone.
Hemsley bumped on the way up by Connor Harding. That's his first. Hemsley, I tell you what, this sums up his attitude in his senior year. And Jeremy Hemsley, we've got to chat with him after shoot around today. Say, hey, Jeremy, how you doing? It's a beautiful day. His attitude after going to the bench last year, he came off the bench all but 7 games. The numbers weren't great. A lot of players would have bounced. Jeremy Hemsley stuck with it, and Brian Dutcher says he is playing with joy in his heart. It's wonderful to see.
Tremendous respect for Jeremy Hemsley, Carter. As you mentioned, a lot of young men would have transferred. Over 800 transfers in Division I men's basketball. He stuck it out. Started 2 years. That's a dagger. That's brutal. But a lot of respect for him, and I'm happy for his success.
And now Nick Emery, whose basketball and life journey has been long getting to this point. He led Lone Peak High School to a state title 6 years ago. That's a long the basketball journey, and he has a year of eligibility left, but suspended for the first 9 this year. So this is his 5th game back, working in on both ends of the floor.
Tremendous player. The Cougars are glad to have him back, and now they got a tremendous perimeter. with Hawes, Emery, and Hartnett. So that's an outstanding perimeter for the Cougars.
And BYU has their team in 2018-2019 closer to what they thought originally was going to look like.
Exactly, Carter. They played a really tough non-conference schedule because they thought, hey, we're going to have everybody back and everybody healthy, and so hopefully they'll continue to play well.
Watson! And a foul! Off the third steal. Watson hits the three, and a chance at the free throw line with San Diego State hitting everything early.
Knocking it down. Mitchell passes to the side. Watson from way downtown. 44% from bonus land, Carter. That's tremendous shooting.
Foul was on Celius away from the shot, so you get the made three, then a foul on Celius, and therefore baseline inbounds for the Aztecs.
Exactly.
So Watson again!
Wow. Unbelievable. Last year, San Diego State shot 34% from three-point land. This year, 41%. Watson now is up and up. He's 50% if he keeps shooting like this. 44% coming into the game from three-point land.
Pause. That's a foul on the floor. 8 straight for San Diego State. The hot shooting Aztecs come out firing against BYU.
It's beautiful, sunny here in San Diego, but it's raining threes right here in Via Center. Way downtown. Watson, feels like leather. It's going up. Bang. Stick with us in San Diego.
Last week, San Diego State forward Jalen McDaniels was sued for allegedly filming a sexual act in 2016 with a female student and distributing the video. The alleged recording took place when McDaniels was in high school. No criminal charges were filed in the alleged incident. Then earlier this week, a second lawsuit was filed by a second female former student against McDaniels, detailing a separate incident, accusing McDaniels of filming and sharing video of that woman engaged in an intimate act with a former teammate of McDaniels, also in 2016. San Diego State said in a statement that there will be no change in McDaniels' status at the university or the team at this time, and that is San Diego State's approach has been to try and treat this situation as it would with any other student on campus. On the floor in this game, San Diego State has scored 8 straight points and has an 18-9 lead. BYU basket from Yoli Childs to make it a 7-point game, and Pete, a hot scoring start between the Cougars and the Aztecs.
Amazing. I mean, right now, the Aztecs are 4 for 4 from three-point land, but what BYU's got to do, Carter, is run their offense through Yoli Childs. Get him the ball. Let him get him a touch. They double, kick it out. 2 passes out of the double team, and we got a wide open shot. Mitchell.
Matt Mitchell's in everything. That is 8 early points, 8 of San Diego State's 20 from the sophomore from Riverside.
Carter, when he gets 15 points or more, as you know, San Diego State is 8-1 over the last year and a half. So he's their X factor. When he plays well, they have a great chance of winning.
He did not play well down the stretch in the loss to Cal, Matt Mitchell, so it's a comeback. And McDaniels draws an offensive foul. Nixon.
Great call by the staff. Yep, got it right in the chest. Daniels is not exactly a beef truck, so that took a lot out of him. Step in.
5 team fouls already on BYU.
The 5th turnover, Carter. So they only average 10 turnovers a game, so this is not characteristic of the Cougars. But credit the defense by San Diego State.
McDaniels on Childs, fading in the lane. Looking for the tap out. Instead, got a hook and hold call underneath. One of the points of emphasis. That would be on Dalton Nixon, his second.
Pushed him. I didn't see the hook, Carter. Maybe so. Dave Hall's a great official, so we'll see what happens. His hand went over it. Now, whether he was just going for the ball or not, I'm not sure. Can't tell.
Well, it's an early trip to the monitor. Make sure nothing flagrant on the play.
Yep.
As it is, it will be the second personal on Dalton Nixon.
It's going to hurt.
And 6 team fouls against BYU.
Yeah, it's a lot early. 14 minutes and a half to go.
Well,
it looked a little more.
From that angle, you see a little more hooking and holding.
Hooking and holding, yep. We'll see what happens.
Common.
No.
Okay. Common foul it is.
Right. Common foul. Steve Olson, another fabulous official, said, yep, nope, just a common flag, which is good. Check it out. As you know, Carter, that's a big emphasis the last year or two. They do a lot in the NBA. College guys emulate the NBA, and that's why they're doing a lot more now in the college game.
Rules committee thought that was a physical play. Student athlete health primary. McDaniels dumps it off for Mitchell, doesn't pull the trigger here. And now Mitchell on Childs, attacking Yoli. Childs goes with a left! Oh my goodness, Matt Mitchell has come out firing. 10 of San Diego State's 22, and it's now a 12-2 run led by Matt Mitchell.
Unbelievable, Carter. Hit the first one. Now he's taking off like a space shuttle. It's a long game. Take your time. Get the ball into the big guy. Get it to Yoli Childs. Let him touch the ball.
And he walks. So Yoli on the perimeter. As soon as he catches it, takes steps, and it's another turnover.
Matt Mitchell shaking and baking. You get Yoli Childs, a big guy, 6'8". Mitchell's about 6'6", too quick, too athletic. Nice finish with the left hand. Matt Mitchell putting on an offensive clinic. He looks like a linebacker. Cleveland Browns. He's 2-3 zone. They're doing this now because of the dribble penetration, Carter, of San Diego State. Too much driving. They're too quick, too athletic right now for the Cougars.
Shackle in the corner, tries to toss it in. McDaniels reverse. Watson off the shot fake. Buries the three. Watson has his third made three. 19 combined from Watson and Mitchell.
You got to pick your poison. Can you stop the dribble penetration? No. Now you got to stop the three. We talked about that in the open. Right now they're on fire from downtown, Carter. Take your time. Brigham Young's got a good shot. Let Yoli touch it. I don't think Mitchell can guard him in the post. Right now, Hemsley's doing a great job on T.J. Hawes.
Hawes hasn't scored yet. BYU's offense is cold. Mitchell and the Aztecs rolling like a diesel truck. McDaniels. Finally, San Diego State misses from outside. That is the first missed three for San Diego State. Can BYU weather the storm?
They can, but they got to get Hawes going.
Hawes dumps it off. Watson takes it away. And then pulls it back out. Remember, BYU was down at 17 to UNLV. Mitchell again, timeout. 13 points for Matt Mitchell. And the Aos is rocking.
Way downtown. It's a layup, Carter, for these guys. Mitchell, it's his night, his late afternoon. Boom. We see you, Matt. Keep rolling in San Diego.
An 18-2 run by San Diego State on BYU. Now, this is not much of a silver lining for the Cougars, but their last game against UNLV, they were down 17, came back, went to overtime and lost. So they have been in exactly the same hole. Mountain West Conference opponent down by 17 in their last game. So they at least have a recipe for coming back and making it a game. But Aztecs are already going to the line for a 1-1, not even 8 minutes in.
It's not good, no. But BYU, they got a lot of heart. They got a great coach in Dave Rose, so it's a long, long game, Carter. Once again, right now, blowing them out. But, hey, long way to go. It starts with the defense. They got to get some stops.
Now, when you have a hot shooting start for San Diego State, and they are red hot, 6 of 7 from 3. The good news is you got a red hot shooting start. Everything's going in from 3. The bad news is, Pete, sometimes it can be fool's gold.
Exactly. No question about it. Got to get this guy going, T.J. Hawes.
That one's too easy. Hawes all the way to the rim for his first bucket.
Yeah, feel a little bit better. He's averaging 22 points a game, shooting 61% from the field in the last 4 games, so he's playing at a super high level.
Mitchell, they're with him on the catch now. Mitchell takes it all the way to the rim. That is 15 points, 12 and a half minutes in, Pete, and you gave that great number when Mitchell scores 15.
All right, Carter, we'll see what happens, but that's a trend. They have not lost when he's scored 15 or more in his career, year and a half with the Aztecs.
Childs saw the good feed from Emery. Sends the Aztecs on the run again. Shackle lines it up. 7 made threes for San Diego State.
It's not raining outside, it's raining threes inside, Carter.
BYU has an answer from McKay Cannon. Transferred from Weber State. Who beat BYU in a 113-103 Beehive shootout.
They came back, they beat Utah and Utah State. Three big rival games, Carter.
Childs blocked inside. San Diego State gets it back. Another fight for the rebound will be a foul on McDaniels, and that is the second personal foul on Jalen McDaniels. That's a big one for San Diego State. McDaniels gets his second. Can San Diego State keep up the big mo with Jalen Daniels on the bench? Huge lead, Aztecs on the Cougars.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing. By Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And by Tostitos. For every kind of fan.
Remember the movie Some Like It Hot?
Yes.
Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon. That was filmed at the Hotel Del Coronado, which we saw that ice skating rink, a lovely place for family gatherings. Matt Mitchell has been smooth as ice on the floor.
First shot from downtown three. Now he takes over. He's good off the bounce, wheeling and dealing, finishing at the cup. Look at flex. I love the flex. Nice spool, inside. Really terrific English off the glass, Carter. He's too quick, too powerful right now for the Cougars. They got to find an answer for him. He could get 40.
If some like it hot, then some like Matt Mitchell, because, Pete, he is, in fact, red hot to start this game.
He's sizzling, Carter. He's sizzling. It's like you with a guitar. You know, you kind of sizzle.
Sometimes I fizzle, sometimes I sizzle, but it's a little bit, you got to keep it, keep hitting the G string, you know.
Exactly. Well,
so 15 points for Matt Mitchell on 6 of 6 shooting. An incredible 18-2 run by San Diego State.
Well, when the guy's that hot, Carter, the only way you can play him is don't let him get the ball. You got to face guard him and do everything you can to don't let Matt Mitchell touch the basket. Right now, when he gets it, you're a king, he's a king, and you're a jack, so you got to take care of it now. Right now, the Cougars having trouble taking care of the rock.
Emery, step-in three in transition. Harding buries it. Yet again, BYU, they ended up losing that game in overtime to UNLV. That came from 17 down to get it to OT. They were 17 down in this game.
They're a veteran team, Carter. They've seen it all. So they're going to come back. They got a lot of heart. So they just got to play Dito. Got to get some stops. They're giving up 78 points a game.
Mitchell finally misses.
Last year was 68 points a game. Pete Troyer, who's now at McNeese State, was there. Secretary of Defense. He did a great job defensively.
Oz misses the step-in three. Adam Seiko, redshirt freshman from Boston, boards it. Offensive. Shackle got him on a moving screen. That's the first on Jordan Shackle, and BYU gets it back. San Diego State's largest lead in this game was 20, so it'd be even more monumental if the Cougars were able to come back. But they're used to scoring a high game. I mean, they're averaging, BYU is 85 points per game, so they likely have a spurt in them at some point.
No question, they do. See what happens, though. They got to get good shots. And, right now, their stars out of the game, so who's going to get the offense? Now, Emery can score. Got to get the rust off. Missing so much time.
Oz covered up by Hemsley, makes a tough shot. He is certainly capable of that.
Yep. Terrific player. His brother, as you know, Tyler Hall, is the all-time leading scorer at BYU with over 2,700 points. His dad was a tremendous player for the Cougars, so he's got great tradition in the family playing for BYU.
Watson off the bounce into the paint. Shackle step in three. Not falling right now for San Diego State. Can BYU capitalize? Cannon into the paint. Tough finish. Watson pulls it down. The former San Francisco Don Watson kicks it to Seiko. Harding has the board.
You said it before, Carter. You live by the three, you could die by the three, so you got to be a little more patient.
BYU's turnovers leading to runouts. Now 8 turnovers for BYU and a foul underneath. So Brian Dutcher's second season as head coach of the Aztecs took him, and they were a 4-seed in the Mountain West Conference tournament to the Mountain West Conference title. So to get back into the NCAA tournament, 20th season at San Diego State. So it's kind of funny when you say Brian Dutcher, the new head coach, but he is certainly familiar with everything with the Aztecs.
Did a great job as an assistant, as associate head coach. Now led the Aztecs to the tournament. Only 5 guys made it, and he was one of them, and did a great job down the stretch. He won 9 in a row, Carter. They caught fire, won the tournament, beat Nevada, came in the Sweet 16 twice. So they had a great finish, and a lot of credit goes to Brian Dutcher and his staff.
1 year ago, they beat Gonzaga the game before Christmas.
Yeah, right. We saw that one on film, Carter. That was a great game.
Seiko to extend the lead back to 14. San Diego State's largest lead was 20.
If you're BYU, Carter, if you just get it under 10, that's a big thing. More, great, but if you get it at 8 or 9, you'd be thrilled with that.
Emery walks. 9th turnover by BYU.
And they usually take great care of the ball, Carter. They average 10 turnovers a game. They got 9 with almost 8 minutes to go, a little more than 8 minutes to go in the half. So not a good sign right now for BYU. They have Watson give it up and get it back to Watson. He's on fire. Get it back to Devin Watson.
Out of the under 8 timeout. Hemsley, floater, won't go over Childs. Fight for the rebound, won by Hawes and the Cougars. Tipped away by Watson. BYU keeps it, but the Aztecs hanging on to a commanding 14-point lead, 35-21. Feliz Navidad, indeed. Saturday in San Diego this week. Next Saturday, Pete and I will be in the home of the Corvette, Bowling Green, Kentucky, for number 16 Wisconsin at Western Kentucky to tip off the doubleheader with Oregon and Boise State to follow. Ethan Happ, one of only 4 players in the nation who have more double-doubles than Yoli Childs. He has all the skills in his game.
Tremendous, Carter. I think he's the best big man in the country with moves in the lane. Left and right, he spins, he wheels, he deals. Doesn't shoot it great from the outside, but I think, is a tremendous big man. Awesome low post moves.
Get to overlap football and basketball. The Cougars capped a solid football season with a bowl win in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl over Western Michigan. San Diego State did not win its bowl game in Frisco. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, well, came in second, Carter, but second's not great in the sporting event.
Mitchell off the catch. Mitchell inside. Drawing the BYU defense now. Worthington has the board. Emery, 3 in transition. Poked out of the hands of Nathan Mensah. Runs it down. Stepped out of bounds. BYU ball. Let me see if you got it. It is. Reset of the shot clock. Ferguson coming into the game for BYU. Emery back to the bench.
Go inside of Childs, get him the basketball.
Draws the double, passing out of it, another turnover off the hands of Harding, sending San Diego State on the run. Hemsley off the window. A turnover and an offense for San Diego State.
Exactly. 11th turnover for BYU, and then transition basket for the Aztecs.
Now 22 points off turnovers for San Diego State.
Difference in the game, Carter. Right now, they're not taking care of the basketball.
Ferguson high off the window, counted and won with a foul on Nolan Narain.
Tremendous move by Ferguson. See, nice drive, puts his head down, no help. Kissing it high off the glass. That's what I've noticed, Carter. The last couple of years, players throw it way off the glass. Spin right hand, left hand. It's amazing how they're finishing in traffic these days.
You think because there's more big men, more size?
More size, I think, you know, and players are just getting better at it, using that left and right English. And like I said, they're being contested more, so they got to be more creative.
Like Tiny Archibald.
Exactly. Tiny was great in his prime. He was a little mogul then in West Texas, but yeah, he was a big player.
Watson gets it back. Watson lobs it. Hammered down. Nathan Mensah, the 6'10" big man from Ghana, who could emerge this year for San Diego State.
Watson has 5 turnovers a game, Clark. So talking about his shooting, which has been fabulous, but his passing also. 5 turnovers is a lot.
Rattles out and then rattles in, and a foul on the floor, and that's on Mensah on the other end. So count the bucket. Foul on Nathan Mensah down here, and that's what freshman big men are like, right, Pete? You get a great play on one end and then a foul on the other.
Exactly. Not real consistent, Carter. Big guys take longer usually to develop. Here we see, yeah, he's pushing a little bit. Yeah, he pushed Childs. Good call. Referees are doing an excellent job so far. It's not an easy game to officiate. Very physical.
Nathan Mensah missed a month with an injured finger, really set his development back.
Yeah, especially when you're a young big guy that inexperienced, losing practice time, it really hurts.
Lob to the rim on the weak side to Childs. Gathers the Aztecs, draws a foul. And this is turning into a very good possession for BYU. Hanging fouls, stopping the clock. And Yoli Childs heads back to the free throw line. Childs, who is averaging 23 and 11, so he's 16th in the nation in scoring, 7th in the nation in rebounding. He's taken the 5th most shots in the nation, so the Cougars have done a good job of playing through the big guy, but
that's
you can always handle more, right?
Exactly. No, that's good coaching by Dave Rose. Get the ball to the big guy. Let the big dog eat. He's a good passer out of the double team, usually.
Hemsley. Tap out. Into the hands of Mitchell. He'll take it. And drill it with Yoli Childs' hand in his face. Matt Mitchell hits another 18 in the first half for the sophomore from Riverside.
And great. Got it. Basketball is so much like anything else in life, confidence. His confidence zoomed when he makes the first shot, and he's not looking back now.
And now he's on the deck on the defensive end, creating havoc. BYU manages to hang on, and now 9 to shoot. Hartnett takes it himself and makes a tough one.
Nice move by Hartnett. He's a key guy. He's been up and down, Carter. You saw him in the Nevada game. He had a good game, as you recall. He got 16 points. Other games, not so much. Averaged about 11 a game. Point guard is a crucial position.
We'll talk about bouncing back. We talk about Matt Mitchell didn't play great in the loss to Cal, but he has come out very confident in this first half.
Playing tremendous. 2-3 zone, trying to change him up, try to get him out of their rhythm a little bit, Carter. Make him think a little bit.
Watson nearly lost it. Hemsley into the paint. And it's a war for all these rebounds now. Second chance, Hemsley in time. This battle won by San Diego State. Hartnett, runner, follow goes from Worthington. It's all about the boards right now.
Exactly, Carter. Neither team is good on their own defensive boards. They got to do a better job. 5 guys got to rebound.
Mitchell gives it up. Narain hits the 3. Nolan Narain steps out. That is just the second made 3 of his junior year.
It's amazing. Right now, San Diego State's on pace to be the second best three-point shooting team in history of the program. So amazing what they're doing now. Last year, 34% Carter. This year, 41.
Shackle gets that rebound. A red-hot first half for San Diego State. They've led by as many as 20 with 47 on the board. Haven't even reached the under 4-minute timeout. Watson makes it 49.
How about these senior guards? I mean, they're putting on a clinic. They're teaching a class. It's poetry. Hemsley and Watson putting on a clinic offensively. Nice drive to the bed, throw it up. Mensa with a finish. Senior guard play. Shot fake. Hemsley, bang. It's nice to be a senior. They're living large in San Diego.
The show is loving the show San Diego State has put on. Coming up, AT&T at the half. We'll send you back to New York. Brent Stover, Swin Cash, Wally Zerbiak, Gerald Henderson get you caught up on everything going on in college hoops, including Kentucky and North Carolina in Chicago. I won't tell you who won the game. I'll let Brent do that. But here's Pete's Player of the Year candidates.
Dedrick Lawson from Kansas, transferred from Memphis. Carson Edwards, Purdue, put on a clinic. Grant Williams from Tennessee is awesome. The two fabulous freshmen for Duke, R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson. My pick right now, Carter, stick around, I'll tell you later.
I have an idea. David Hall with a clock correction for us, 3:15.
Yep.
On the clock. Now, how about this from Mike May? Cal State Dominguez Hills game for San Diego State. They scored 51 in the second half.
Right.
So in less than 40 minutes of basketball, 100 points for San Diego State. Second half of that game, first half of this one, and we still have over 3 minutes to go.
It's amazing. We're playing at a super high level, Carter.
There's another turnover. 10-second violation out of a timeout for BYU, and the Cougars are flustered.
Got to get help. Two athletic guards on hard net. Here we see defense, Helmsley and Mitchell. Yep, deflection, 10-second. You got to get help.
That's an easy one to spot now. That goes under 20 on the shot clock. There's a travel. Aztecs give it right back.
Yep.
But the points off turnover is 22-3, favoring San Diego State.
Amazing. The defense has certainly got their offense going, Carter. So Ryan Dutch has got to be thrilled. It's the best game they've played so far this half, Carter. A high-quality opponent, and they're really playing super high level.
TJ Hawes quiet, only 4 points.
They give credit to Helmsley, doing a nice job. We talked to him this afternoon. He says, I'm going to guard Hawes. I want him. Terrific play, but I'm going to try to control him, jam him. Don't go for his fakes.
2 seconds. One finally recognized. So Harden lets it fly. Childs, second chance, and a foul hung on Childs. Got Matt Mitchell on a push off. The Aztecs disagree. But Yoli Childs gets the offensive board and gets to the free throw line in a bonus. Childs, who won a state title with the Miners. Pino was going to point out earlier with BYU, in their wins, they averaged 66 points given up. In BYU's losses, 92 points per game given up. That is a wide disparity between wins and losses. And obviously today, the numbers defensively are not very good for BYU.
Great point, Carter. Once again, you know, they play fast, but you can't rest on defense. But right now, once again, San Diego State's really putting on a clinic offensively. Shooting, transition.
Lorraine misses the follow, fights for a second chance. Watson. Shackle, another chance. Watson in the corner. Finally, BYU clears it. Hawes. TJ Hawes. End to end. TJ Hawes gives BYU a boost. Timeout, San Diego State with 1:47 before the break. Ryan Dutcher doesn't want to let anything slip into the hands of the Cougars. 49-35, it looks like a football score. Inside College Football playoff preview tonight, 9:30 Eastern, with the playoffs just around the corner. CBS Sports Network team of experts break down next weekend's matchups here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Claudia did a lot of football. What's your feeling?
Well, I think Alabama would be your favorite to win the national championship, Pete. And this just in, Nick Saban is a very good college football coach.
I like that. I like the way you went on the ledge.
That for, yeah,
you really stepped out on the ledge.
Yeah.
I like that. But I tell you what, I like the Fighting Irish. A little partial because I was assistant there many years ago. I like them upsetting Clemson, and then I won't go any further than that. I don't know if anybody could beat Alabama.
We saw the Irish in San Diego this year at the home of the Aztecs.
You did the game, yeah.
That's right, yeah, with Navy and
what do you think?
Navy and Notre Dame. Well, I thought Notre Dame was good and getting better. I mean, that's what you have to do in this era to improve during the year to take it all the way through January.
The defense is really elite, Carter. That's what I understand. That's as far as I can go with football.
No, very good. You take it away. You break down zone coverages. I heard it.
Now, I pulled the hamstring. I get talked too much about football.
And by the way, as we discuss football and around here, the Aztecs are celebrating a big win with Proposition G and the opportunity to have a football and soccer and campus stadium in Mission Valley.
Exciting. Really going to expand their campus card, right? They were explaining to us.
That made things a very happy 2018 for the Aztecs. Prop G.
Wonderful people here, I tell you, from all the way from the top to the bottom. Mike May is fabulous. His staff, Brian Dutcher, don't come any better than them.
Speaking of, we got an important update from Darren Wong, who's part of the sports information staff here. The Harvard squash team is undefeated since Darren Wong's moved to Harvard, so congratulations.
Right. Football team struggled down the stretch, so it might be some correlation.
Right.
No Darren, right?
The Wong effect. 7-0 run here from BYU. You said during that last time out, long game. BYU's not going to go away.
Nope. They got a tremendous coach. They got a lot of talent, a lot of experience. They're not going to go away.
Shackle dumps it off. Tough finish inside. Nolan Narain. If the bigs off the bench play like they have today, Pete, San Diego State gets deeper.
Yep. Got good big guys, but it's wonderful having those senior guards. Devin Watson, all right, and Jeremy Helmsley. Really helps a lot, Carl.
See the differential of about 2. So Hawes brings it down. Starts the action, 7 seconds to shoot. Hardnett tries to turn the corner, turns it over instead. Like the first half is gone for BYU. Shackle, Hemsley, foul, and a chance for San Diego State to close the half with points off turnovers, which has been the story of the first 20 minutes.
Exactly, Carter. That's a microcosm of the first half. Turnovers by BYU. Transition, another turnover. Hardnett tries to get too deep. Helmsley, Shackle goes up. Misses it. And we see a nice follow that time by Helmsley. 2 shots.
Frustrated with the miss. Helmsley off 19 points in the Cal game, a tight one that San Diego State lost in Berkeley. That was 2 games ago. They bounced back against Cal State Dominguez Hills. Gets the second. Last chance for BYU. It's a 14-point lead. The Aztecs have led by as many as 20 in the first half. Hawes half-court shot. Put it in the books at the half. San Diego State 52, BYU 38. Matt Mitchell 18 in the first half to lead San Diego State. We'll send you to New York for a full update in a moment. But for now, the show loves it in San Diego, 52-38 on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Happy holidays. We left out Mele Kaliki Maka earlier, so 52-38 San Diego State here on BYU. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen. I'm guessing, Pete, that one team was more happy with the first half than the other team at the break.
Unbelievable. San Diego State put on a clinic offensively. Defensively, it caused 14 turnovers by BYU. The defense got their offense going, and three-point land, 9-3. So put on a clinic.
And like the Aztecs have done this year, the improved three-point shooting, only 10 teams in the nation better from three-point, and nobody was better with this first half.
Unbelievable. Mitchell with 3, Watson with 3. They shot 53% from downtown. Points off turnovers. They had 23 points off turnovers by BYU. Here we go. They're off and running. Watson makes good decisions on a break. Hemsley with a circus shot. Nice finish in the paint. Here we go again. A double team. Childs tries to pass it. Get on the floor. Mitchell pushes it ahead. Nice decisions. Kick it to Watson, who's deadly from downtown. Unbelievable.
First half stats brought to you by Tostitos. And the big one, the points off turnovers, 23-5. So, Pete, I'm guessing if you're Dave Rose and BYU or the have, you say, number one, can't turn it over 14 times in the second half and have a chance to win the game.
Take care of the ball. Usually they do a great job taking care of the ball. But first half, they didn't, and credit the defense by the Aztecs.
I'm going to lay it out there, true or false, Pete. The first 5 minutes of the second half is going to be critical in the outcome of this game.
Great statement, Carter. Who's going to grab the game by the throat? I might have said that once or 100 times.
Oh, McDaniels. He sat for much of that first half with 2 personal fouls. So only 9 minutes in the first half from Jalen McDaniels, who's been in double figures scoring every game for the Aztecs. Hawes to the rim and one. TJ Hawes, quiet first half. 3 for 5 shooting. And Hawes gets to the free throw line here.
We see Hawes, very good player, attacking the cup. Nice finish. TJ Hawes on fire the last 4 games. 22 points and 61% from the field during his hot streak.
Was that a lane violation? Lane violation. Well, while we were talking about TJ Hawes, the rarely seen lane violation wipeout shot.
No, it's unusual.
So here's Jalen McDaniels straight at Childs and draws a foul on Yoli Childs. So Jalen McDaniels attacking on Childs and hangs his second personal foul on Childs, who's averaging double-double. So last time, 3+ made threes. You go back to Loyola Chicago, who was on our air earlier today with that classic at the Palestra.
Yep. Been a long time, but they've been on fire from 3 now. Can they continue it?
Into McDaniels, Hemsley, and quickly San Diego State trying to get Jalen McDaniels in a rhythm to begin the second half.
The mismatch, Hawes had him, Carter, and just got into the big guy, jump hook.
Hawes attacking for BYU. So out of the half, TJ Hawes hangs a foul on Matt Mitchell. That's his second.
I think with TJ, it's all about confidence, Carter. He's very talented. He just can't get down when things don't go great, but he's a fabulous player.
6 points in the first half for Hawes, and already 5 here in the second. Not even a minute in.
They're hanging around. Play some D. Got to contain the dribble.
Mitchell off the window, and Matt Mitchell continues his red hot Saturday afternoon.
That's a conundrum for Dave Rose, Carter, is what do? We can't stop the dribble penetration. We play zone and knock down threes.
Hardnick. Into the hands of Jalen McDaniels. Jalen McDaniels again in the paint. McDaniels stops, fades, spins it in through contact. Jalen McDaniels. Harding off the bounce. There's Childs, back to Harding. Nice action.
Nice action. Nice pass. They double him. Nice cut to the basket by Harden with a finish. Good execution by the Cougars.
McDaniels slips the screen instead of the wing for Watson. The runner boarded by Harding.
Going with the Childs. Going to your big guy. He's averaging 23 a game. You can't forget him.
There it is into Childs. Quickly out of the double. It's another turnover. Watson run out. Points off turnovers. 2 more for San Diego State. Leads to a Dave Rose timeout. Viejas behind the Aztecs. Building the lead back to 15.
It's all about the turnovers by BYU. Throw it into the big dog. Double team. And bang. Nice step up by Watson. Nice finish. All Aztecs here in San Diego.
Let us now flash back to February of 2011. Both teams in the top 15, both in the Mountain West Conference at the time. One had Kawhi Leonard, who had a double-double against BYU. The Cougars had Jimmer Fredette, who with Kawhi Leonard draped on him all night, went for a pedestrian 25 points in the win. Cougars beat the Aztecs 80-67. Next year, BYU left the Mountain West Conference, independent in football, West Coast Conference in basketball. They met in the Maui Invitational. That game was double overtime. Mountain West from 99 to 2011. You go back to the WAC days, 1979, and there were some intense moments highlighted by Jimmer versus Kawhi. But this is one of those, the mountains of BYU and the religious school Brigham Young University in San Diego, Southern California. It's a contrast,
exactly,
and it's played out with some fun basketball.
No question. See the fans, they come out and had some signs kind of teasing BYU, so yeah.
I would say more than kind of. Harden it in the paint. Floater. Fight for the rebound. Won by Watson and the Aztecs. Watson attacks and gets a foul called. It's on Harden.
Yep. So Dave Rose was worried about the quickness and athleticism of San Diego State.
Well, when BYU came back to force that 17-point deficit against UNLV into overtime, Nick Emery was a big part of that comeback on the defensive end. And 3 minutes into the second half, here comes Nick Emery to try and stoke another comeback for BYU.
Right now hasn't scored yet, couple of assists, Carter, so he's got to step up. Once again, he's had a long layoff this last season in the first 9 games. NCAA rules violations this year, so he's got to get going. He's a terrific player. They need some offense from him.
Emery slipping. Hawes blocked from behind. Hemsley. Hawes and Hemsley both hit the deck. Quickly back down the other end of the floor. McDaniels. Watson. McDaniels is wide open on the slip. They missed it. Now Jalen McDaniels slips on the floor and sends BYU on the run. Hawes beats Charles with a hammer. Yolo, Yoli.
Great offense by the Cougars. They love to run. Once again, this team scores 86 points a game, Carter, so they can score. Down 15, but still a long way to go. San Diego State got to take their time. Go back to Mitchell now. I don't think the Cougars can guard him. Matt Mitchell. Yep. Yoli Child's a terrific player. Got to get him the basketball. He runs the court. You got to reward him. There we go in transition. Get it to the big fella. Up, up, and away. Yoli. Wow. Wow. The big fella. He likes that. Stay with us, San Diego.
Gaslamp District, downtown San Diego. Wonderful for the holidays. 62-47 up on the Mesa. Nevada, the number 6 team in the country. Now look at the note there that Nevada is getting a test right now from Akron. Clearly the team to beat in the Mountain West Conference. A lot of attention with them. The Martin twins, deservedly so, but Jordan Caroline is a double-double every game.
He's a wrecking machine, Carter. He won 3 Player of the Week awards in the Mountain West Conference already. So Martin twins are terrific, but Jordan Caroline's also having a great year.
Nevada now 11-0. Akron hanging with them right now in Reno. In San Diego, California, with our director, Jason Lewis. With our producer, Jason Lewis, right? Our director, Warren Vick. Messed that up.
Yep.
Hot pass, tipped out of bounds.
We got a great AD, Tom Wicks. We got a dream team. We got a dream team.
It is. I hope I never wake up. Eight to shoot. Watson off the shot fake. Hawes got him. Boy, that is a veteran on a veteran, and Watson wins the crafty matchup, getting Hawes to bite, and 3 shots coming for Devin Watson.
Wow. Tremendous shot fake. Yep. Does a wonderful job, Carter, with his ball fakes and shot fakes. Fifth-year senior, transfer from San Francisco, as you said before.
He had 33 versus Gonzaga in last year's December win over the Zags, the Devin Watson. There's frustration right now for BYU and especially for head coach Dave Rose, because you get a glimmer of hope and then the foul that drives the coach craziest, fouling on the jump shooter.
And it's a big game for them, Carter. And they're 8-5, which is solid. They want to go back to the big dance. The last 3 years they have not made it, but 8 of the 9 years before that they went to the big dance. So they have a tremendous tradition. And as you know, they're looking at Mississippi State on the road next week.
That's
not a walk in the country.
No, it is literally a walk in the country to get there.
Starkville, yep.
Hawes gets 2 back on the other end with a layup.
Little zone, 2-3 matchup zone. The weakness is the foul line. Get the ball to the high post.
Mitchell. And a foul on Childs. Well, remember we talked about the first 5 minutes of the second half, and the Aztecs have managed to extend the halftime lead.
This drive is too quick off the bounce, Carter. The lateral speed from BYU is not great.
Third personal on Yoli Childs, so for now he's going to check out, but I'm guessing he will not be sitting long. 3 personals, 5 minutes into the second half.
No, Carter. It's going to be a cup of coffee and then no cream. He'll be back in before we know.
No equal.
Doesn't have time for any type of things you want to throw in there.
No frappuccino,
no cinnamon, nothing.
Nothing. No vanilla extract. I just go honey in the cup.
I like it, Carter.
Emery turns the corner. Emery with a left. Nice move, Nick Emery.
Nice job, Nick Emery. Got to get the rust off. Terrific player. Staying in the zone. They're doing that because they cannot guard the dribble penetration of San Diego State. You know where Devin Watson is, Carter, one of the best three-point shooters in the country so far this season.
Well, Dave Rose talking to us about, I've had to go zone because we haven't been defending, so that leads to difficult rebounding. Kind of pick your poison right now because dribble penetration, all sorts of fits. McDaniels off the penetration from Hemsley. Emery in the open floor. Worthington turns around. Too easy in transition for Worthington. That leads to a Brian Dutzer timeout. Not happy with his team's transition defense, but still Aztecs by double digits. Dave Rose, a University of Houston Cougar in his playing days. BYU Cougars, every season it's been 20 wins plus, and either the NCAA or the NIT. Contract extension at the beginning of this regular season through 2021. So a great commitment for Dave Rose, and when you're on a list with those gentlemen, you're doing it well.
Exactly. Tremendous coach, class guy. He's done a fabulous job at BYU. And he's got another excellent team. He's got to get him healthy, get him in sync, and they can go on a deep run.
Picked third in the West Coast Conference, behind Gonzaga and St. Mary's.
I think they're better than St. Mary's, potentially, when they get their stuff together and get everybody in sync.
Shackle missed 3. Hawes runs the Cougars.
Big possession for both teams.
Ooh, and a tough foul. Worthington with Hemsley. And Hemsley just turns it into an opportunity to get some pushes in, work on the pecs.
Yeah, working his guns.
Heard you talking about the pythons.
He knows I got a gun show. He's kind of admiring my pythons, but nothing to worry about. But he's a class young man. As you mentioned before, God, I just can't say enough good things about him. Career starter, doing great. Had to sit last year because Devin Watson became eligible, transfer from San Francisco. Didn't quit, didn't pout, didn't like it, but he hung in there. Now he's back starting.
And now it's Watson and Hemsley together in the backcourt. They played AAU basketball against each other. They knew their games inside and out. Had a lot of matchups back in the prep days. Shackle 3 in the corner, off the feed from Hemsley.
Shackle shooting, Carter, like 46% from downtown, so give him time and space, and you can count. It's a layup.
10 made threes in the game for San Diego State. That's a foul on Worthington. Picks up one on the defensive end and one on the offensive end.
Plenty of time and space. He can write a letter, Carter. Plenty of time. Boom. Let them in net.
Get him a pen.
Get him a pen now. Shackle. Deadly three-point shooter.
He's shooting now 50% from 3 on the year. 2 for 4 in this game.
Tremendous. It's a whole different team than we've seen in the last few years as far as three-point shooting. Talented, athletic, but the three-point shooting is a tremendous difference. You mentioned before, only 34% from three-point land last year. Now it's 41 coming into the game, and it's going to go up if they keep doing this tonight.
Hensley lost it out of bounds. Worthington, there's a little mock clap for the officiating after he got 2 fouls. Yeah. And then that one, no foul for Worthington.
I like the fact, keep the pressure on now if you're San Diego State.
McDaniel's going to come back for the Aztecs, so great for him. He played only 9 minutes in the first half because of 2 personal fouls. McDaniels has not picked up a third. Worthington attacking, hangs off the rim, sticks with it. Worthington right back up and in with a foul. Luke Worthington fighting through it. The senior from Wisconsin had a couple of frustrating minutes with fouls on both ends, and he just kept on playing and gets the reward.
He's
here.
a warrior, one of the co-captains of the team with Hawes. Little chicken wing there, no call. Nice finish by Worthington. Look at him, look at that emotion. Love it.
And McDaniels is headed right back to the bench after picking up his third. So quickly into the game and quickly out of the game, and credit to Luke Worthington for hanging that third one on McDaniels. Rattles it home, Luke Worthington. 13-point game, rather 12-point game now. And 12:35 to go, so the Cougars still have a chance.
They do. They're in a 2-3 zone. The 1-1-3 goes into a 2-3. They're doing that because they cannot stop the dribble penetration by San Diego State.
So now you're just hoping the Aztecs miss threes?
Yep, well, you got to know where the great shooters are.
Emery, transition, rattles it home, and BYU is cut into single digits.
That's the Nick Emery that the Cougars have loved. Playing with some confidence now, Carter. Take your time. I would get the ball at the high post to Matt Mitchell, number 11. Get him the ball in the foul. That's the weakness of this matchup zone.
Cougars rallying with Yoli Childs on the bench. 9 to shoot. Hemsley on the wing, Mitchell in the corner. 3 to shoot. Mitchell, here's Watson. Would have been a big one. Worthington keeps it alive.
They score, I'm going to call a timeout from Brian Dutcher.
Emery pulls the trigger again. Out of bounds. San Diego State ball. At least for now. They may take a second look at that one. Nick Emery. Stuff your stocking with this one. As we revisit our AT&T Fast analysis, Pete told us all about the three-point shooting for San Diego State, and it has certainly held up this afternoon with 50% from 3 points. So the Aztecs have huge improvement in the three-point shooting. And Pete, that's exactly the way you let us into it. I mean, 41% on the year.
And right now, got a 10 for 20, 50%.
And so, yeah, 10 for 20 tonight. Now let's take a look at the BYU. In fact, we're checking it on our monitor to see if this is a 2 or a 3. So there's Emery behind the line. We're all looking at it together, and yes, we can all confirm 3-point shot.
Yep.
There we go. So
okay.
It is confirmed as a 3 there for Nick Emery. The officials wanted to take a look at it, and our expert television crew was able to show David Hall and his crew exactly what they wanted to see with a 3-point shot there for Nick Emery.
Carter, we said we had a dream team crew in the truck, right? They came through under pressure.
In a dream.
In a dream.
With an AT&T Fast analysis revisit.
Right, we had a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts.
All-stars, all the way around.
They didn't panic.
Like the Kawhi Leonard and Jimmer Fredette of production.
Wixie, right? Warren Pick.
All right,
Lewis.
so from 20 down in the first half, BYU has cut it to 9, and clearly the zone is giving San Diego State issues right now.
Exactly. Well, what you got to do, get the ball to the high post with a skilled big guy. I would do Matt Mitchell, number 11. Get the ball to him. You got to know where Devin Watson is if you're BYU. Great shooter.
Tipped away, Burgesson with a deflection.
Against the zone card, you got to swing it quickly and dribble penetration. I worked with a guy named Don Casey when I was assistant at Notre Dame. Because the thing that hurts the zone most is quick passes and then dribble penetration.
What about screening the zone?
Screening's good. No, it's important. You sound like a coach, Carter. Boom.
Hemsley finds Shackle.
You mentioned before, Shackle, 50% for 3%. You pick your poison.
11 made threes now in the game for San Diego State. The zone gives them issues until the 3 goes in the basket. Hawes comes back with another tough 2.
How about DJ Hawes, Carter? Playing great right now. He's on fire.
Bouncing back after an off game, and Weber State had only 8 points in that loss.
It's a big rivalry. They used to play twice a year,
Yes.
Carter, as you know. It was a tough loss for the
All-timer,
Cougars.
113-103.
They came back in 2 big wins over Utah and Utah State. That takes a lot out of them emotionally. So that might have hurt them a little bit with the UNLV game. They beat Portland State, who wasn't a super strong team, and then...
Shackle with a dagger. In the corner, defenders draped on him. Shackle creates for himself to push the lead back to 13. Worthington quick 2.
Well, the defense right now is a town in South America. It's not being played right now. Credit the offense,
I
but
believe it's in Bolivia.
I'm not saying any country, Carter. I don't know what it's down there. So
Mensah on the post. Mensah with 1 dribble. Turnaround, and that's big from Nathan Mensah. If he gets something like that in his game.
Yep. Good answer by the Aztecs. Here comes the crowd. What a great crowd here.
Emery will take it. Unable to quiet the crowd. Aztecs run back. Shackles had the last 2 threes for San Diego State. 4 in the game for Shackle. 12 for the Aztecs.
BYU staying in the zone, Carter. Excuse me. Yep. Staying in, get the ball to high post now. You pass it either way, right or left.
Hawes nearly got it. Watson lost it on the floor. Turnover by Watson. Run out Hawes. At the rim, unable to finish. Shackle brings it back. Emery rips it away from Mitchell. Watson able to get it back.
Great hustle by Nick Emery.
And how about the veteran point guard saying, all right, let's settle back in.
He's certainly one of the top point guards in the Mountain West Conference, Devin Watson. Fabulous player.
McDaniels and Childs are both coming back. 3 to shoot. Shackle's second chance. It's Hemsley backing it out this time. So Watson will reset. Nine to shoot. Mensah turnaround. 2 big buckets with a big man from Ghana, Nathan Mensah.
Great execution. Get the ball to the high post. Worthington was a little late coming up to guard him, and he knocked it in.
A rockin' Saturday before Christmas in San Diego. BYU still not going away. Well, they had it down to 9, and San Diego State had a response.
BYU is switching to man because San Diego State got in a good rhythm against the zone. They found the weakness, the high post area.
Emery pokes it away. He read that one, and Emery run out. And it began with a heady play on defense.
Veteran young man, 24-year-old junior, so he's been around the block, Carter. Played a lot of basketball.
Watson fouled on the floor. Yep. Watson gets bumped. Shackle bombs away for San Diego State. Red hot shooting. That's now 4 made threes for Shackle in the game. Emery trying to keep the Cougars. Aztec pep band. Heard some lovely Yaz flute. 78-67 Aztecs on the Cougars. The points off turnovers not as egregious in the second half.
Right, Carter. Coming back a little bit, taking a little bit better care of the basketball. They've only had 3 turnovers in the second half, BYU, so much better.
Watson to the line, 1-1. Gets the first. Senior from Oceanside, California. The University of San Francisco. Pete, you like the Dons of the West Coast.
Oh, Carter, we saw them over in Ireland on CBS Sports Network. They're a tremendous team. They're going to get in the top 3, I think, in the West Coast Conference, Carter. Usually, as you know, it's BYU, St. Mary's, and Gonzaga. I think they're going to a little bit better than St. Mary's, and we'll see. I think them and BYU would be a great game, but San Francisco is really good.
Childs back out there for BYU as the Cougars try to make a final push in the last 6:30. Down by 20, there's McDaniels, and he picks up a 4th, and it's a cheapie with Childs way away from the basket to give Jalen McDaniels number 4.
Nope. Good call by Steve Olson. Terrific official. I think they're doing an excellent job, Carter, in an up-tempo game that's very physical.
Childs has 3, McDaniels now has 4, both on the floor. And it's Childs against McDaniels. Yoli Childs backs off. Long rebound for the Aztecs. That's a big miss. I mean, when Childs with a chance to get it back to 10.
Yep. Well, San Diego State reverse the ball, swing it, and drive the basketball. I don't think they can stop your dribble penetration.
Mensa slipping, wanted it. McDaniels attacks. 9 to shoot. Shackle off the bounce this time. Jalen McDaniels lines it up. Worthington, good box out. Emery slipping Yoli Childs. McDaniels, tough rebound. Back-to-back misses for Yoli Childs.
Got the ball to the guy they wanted. Averaging 23 a game. Wasn't a great shot, though. He's got to be more patient. Kick it out, come back, get it again, Carl.
Only 10 points and 4 rebounds in this game for Yoli Childs, and he gets a 4th foul defending on the perimeter.
Yep.
So a guy who's averaging 23 and 11, and he is well under half of both of that production right now for BYU when he gets his 4th.
That was a good call. He chested him, he bumped him. Freed him a movement. He's in his path.
Now, offensively, too, you give credit to the Aztecs for getting Childs out on the perimeter defending, right? That's one of the things you want to draw up, bring him out.
Exactly. Good point, Carter. Scary now.
We spent a lot of time together, you know.
It's too much, I know. Too much. You sound like a coach. I mean,
I'm talking about the Christmas parties now. Time to keep going at shoot-arounds.
I know. People are yawning. You give them no dose. The conversation dissipates quickly. You might be coaching your lovely daughter's hoop game one year.
For our viewers out there, I literally had a Christmas party conversation about time spent with Pete Gillen at shoot-arounds.
Yeah, I know. Everybody ran away from you this time.
I thought it was my breath. Oh, Emery hits the deck. Aztecs pick it up. Time is getting short for BYU now. Another turnover. That's the way the game is going. Too many turnovers for BYU, and the Aztecs have taken advantage. That's the 18th BYU turnover. McDaniels unable to hit from the wing. Hawes is coming back for BYU, next chance.
And going to Childs again. Still go to your big guy now. Make a good decision. If you don't have it, get rid of it.
Good pass. Burgesson off the look for Cannon. Began with Childs passing out of the double. No foul there, just a couple players hitting the deck. Hawes is going to come back into the game in place of Cannon. So 440, 10-point game.
That's right. That's what you wanted, Carter. You're hanging around. That time Charles made a good decision. He was doubled. You kick it out. 2 passes out of a double team, Carter. You're going to get a great shot. They got a great shot, and they nailed it. That time, Yoli did a great job making a decision rather than forcing a bad shot, which he did the last 2 previous possessions.
It has been a long afternoon for BYU, even though they have shot it well in this game. BYU's shot 57% in this game. It's just the 18 turnovers that have allowed San Diego State to maintain a double-digit lead almost throughout.
Yep. And the points off turnovers by the Aztecs. They converted a lot of those turnovers into layups and baskets.
7 to shoot. Here's a screen, Hemsley. Mitchell. Mid-range. High. Into the air from Mitchell. The rainbow raindrop.
That's a tough shot. What a touch. When things are going, though, it's his day. Mitchell putting on a clinic.
That's 22 now for Mitchell.
Yep. And we said when he gets 15 or more, the last year and a half, San Diego State has won every game.
That's a new season high for Mitchell at 21 versus Texas Southern. Hawes attacks. Mitchell takes it away. Almost back in the hands of BYU. Burgesson couldn't hang on. Give it back to San Diego State. Mitchell hustling. So on offense, the versatile man from Riverside, and then defense.
With the floater, raindrop, keeps falling on our head, doing it all.
All-around effort for San Diego State, but clearly Watson and Mitchell on their games this afternoon.
Playing great, Carter. Mitchell with 22, he finishes in the lane. Great body, look at the fly, love the flex. They kick it out, shot fake, 1 dribble, still behind the line. Watson, tremendous. Watson, 18 points. Here we go again. Mitchell, plenty of time and space, bang. Mitchell, 22 points, Watson, 18.
So revisiting our keys to the game, clearly defending the 3 has been an issue.
Not good for BYU, 12 for 25, 3-point goals for San Diego State. Balanced scoring, 3 guys at double, not enough. You need 4. Transition D, BYU, 12 fast break points, not good for San Diego State. They do a better job with that rebounding, doing a good job on the boards. So they did some of them, Carter, but the big thing, as you mentioned before a couple of times, the turnovers by BYU and the points off turnovers by San Diego State. The 3-point shooting are on fire. Here we go. There's Devin Watson, 18 points, 8 assists. The average is 5 assists a game, so certainly one of the top point guards in the western part of the country.
How about this one from Mike May, San Diego State Sports Information Director? Since 1996, when Aztec opponents shoot 56% or better, San Diego State's only won 3 games since 1996. Right now, BYU shooting 56%. Hemsley, that's a walk. Late in the shot clock, Nick Emery disrupts the flow and creates a turnover.
He's doing nice things defensively, Carter. He's slowly coming back into shape and to form. This game's not over. I mean, it's a big mountain to climb for BYU. It's not over yet. But giant possession now for both teams.
Well, the Cougars know about large mountains, so.
Yep, they do. Nice pass by Choli.
Worthington.
Couldn't finish.
BYU has had chances when they whittled it down to 9. Got it down to single digits a couple of different times. But not only has San Diego State has answers, BYU has been unable to get the critical shot in the critical possession.
Exactly. The big possessions, they couldn't quite turn the corner and whittle the lead down to 6 or 7.
And that's what it looked like in Las Vegas when they came back from 17 down against the Runnin' Rebels and then to overtime and had a chance to beat UNLV in Las Vegas, officially neutral court. Unable to get the big bucket in the big situation. So frustration for BYU. 2:49 to go. The Aztecs closing in on win number 7. Well, certainly Loyola Chicago shocked the world last year as they earned a spot in the NCAA Final Four. Coming up next, CBS Sports Network sits down with Chicago area native Porter Moser as he relives the whirlwind of emotions and recognition that the team's success brought him and the university. That was an incredible run.
Unbelievable run for Loyola Chicago. They do a wonderful job. Emily Deutsch and the specials committee, they do a fabulous job with this. So you got to watch it on CBS Sports Network.
There's a fight to the end for Loyola at the Palestra today, preceding us on CBS Sports Network. But game winner late from St. Joe's. Lamar Kemble, the three-pointer with 0.5 seconds left at the Palestra, gives St. Joe's a big win over Loyola.
Yep. Two Jesuit schools in the city. Terrific basketball traditions on both of them. Loyola Chicago, as you know, won national championships a long time ago, Carter, in the 60s. And St. Joe's, great tradition. Jack Ramsey and Jimmy Lynam was a great coach there. And tremendous tradition. Matt Gukas and people like that, great players. Both teams, basketball meant a lot to those respective universities.
Loyola has suffered a loss this year to Furman. Furman also took out Villanova, part of this incredible run by the Paladins. So, Pete, you came into the day talking about how this was a critical one for just playing well going into conference play. Of course, you want to get the win, but you could take a Christmas break and then come back and conference play is right around the corner. You want to be trending the right way, and clearly San Diego State is.
Yeah, they are for sure. A dangerous team, Carter. You know, they won the Mountain West Conference tournament last year, won 9 games in a row down the stretch, beat Nevada in the regular season and in the semifinals of the Mountain West tournament. So they're a dangerous team. They play like this. And the young big guys you mentioned, Nathan Menson is going to get better and better. And his team is dangerous for sure. I mean, Nevada is a super team, but Daniel State's pretty darn good.
I was going to say, Pete, other than Nevada clearly at the top right now in the Mountain West Conference, other than undefeated 6th-ranked Nevada, the Mountain West Conference is wide open from the rest of the league.
No question, Carter. No question. So we'll see what happens. But Nevada's right now, they're in a league of their own, but still a long way to go.
Foul by Harding near midcourt, stops it with 2:06. So you take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Aztecs, and Boise State is down this year. So you look at the records of the teams in the Mountain West Conference: Brown, Cal State North. Don't take anything for granted, but this is a chance for a run right now for San Diego State.
Exactly. But Carter, we're going to do the game at Boise, and as you know, Leon Rice is a fabulous coach, and it won't be easy for Brian Dutcher there. But like I said, they got a chance to go on a nice run. They play like this for sure, but remember, every game is a completely unique experience. Anything can happen.
We'll be dining at Goldie's in Boise after. I made a run to Los Cuatros Milpas for breakfast this morning. You declined the greasy tamales I brought back.
No, I pulled a hamstring going towards that restaurant. I couldn't get there. So I went with some basic fundamental bacon and eggs.
That's good. Stick to fundamentals.
Exactly. We want to wish best to Allie Donahue, who's the basketball contact for the Mountain West Conference. She's been ill, but she does a great job helping us. We saw her at Colorado State, Carter. We saw Arkansas play them. She's been ill. Hopefully she'll be back on her feet just with the flu. She's worked very hard. She's a great addition to the Mountain West Conference family.
'Tis the season. McDaniels gets fouled, and here's the other boost for San Diego State today. You've had a terrific offensive performance, 88 points on the board. All the numbers are good. And it was not a big game for Jalen McDaniels. In fact, he's sitting on 5 points. Unless he scores late, here's a trip to the line. This would be the first game this year. He will not have scored in double digits. And the Aztecs have managed 88 so far without much from McDaniels.
Yeah. There's the bench.
Getting into Michael Sohikish time here at Viejas Arena.
Yep.
Well, this was, you felt it in the building today that the longtime Aztec fans, they show up to watch the Aztecs hopefully beat the Cougars. It had been 3 straight wins in this building for BYU. It's not a good foul by Hemsley. That was a little payback. Remember, Hemsley got one on Hawes, got him to bite on a pump fake and get 3 shots out of it. Now Hawes gets a little payback.
Yep. Both fundamental players, very smart, using their shot fakes.
But you felt it in the building that there was some intensity left between the old rivalry from WAC and Mountain West Conference days. Now BYU no longer in conference with San Diego State, but they're going to play semi-regularly, and you could feel it a little bit. I mean, the Viejas fans here were hoping to see San Diego State put on a good show and beat the Cougars.
They were fired up, Carter. The crowds were really excited. Remember the rivalry, the battles they used to have. So these fans came out in force, and the team responded. But BYU's going to have a fine year, Carter, once they get Emory back in sync, and they're going to do fine. They got a tough one at Mississippi State. That's a tough game coming up. Top 20 team. I think they're going to do very well. But once again, you get that monster Gonzaga. It's tough to beat in that league, but BYU can do it. Given night.
They were able to come back from 17 down against UNLV to force overtime, lost that heartbreaker. Then on the road, remember after this for BYU, it's at Mississippi State. So still huge road test. And with this loss, BYU is going to go to 0-4 on the road. Still their only win away from Provo was against Utah in Salt Lake City, neutral court against the Utes. Colby Lee from Meridian, Idaho. Bucket late for BYU.
This had to be the best game of the year, Carter, for San Diego State. I mean, they put it all together defensively, causing the turnovers, knocking down threes, sharing the ball, running the break, right? They were tremendous.
When we're done here in San Diego, mid-March, Porter Moser, that is coming up next on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Count it. Pete.
Carter at 6:05 in San Diego, California, America's finest city. The banks are open. Make a deposit, get some interest. They don't count them in Brooklyn, where I'm from. That doesn't count. That's called a do-over. Take it out.
The banking hours must be an online app you can use if the bank's open 6 o'clock on Saturday.
Here we go. Make a deposit. It works on that shot every day, he told me. The bank is cleared. You get some interest. We'll take it, Carter.
Take a picture of the check with your app and deposit 6 p.m. on Saturday.
Exactly. I don't do that, Carter. It's a little out of my pay grade. I love taking a picture of anything. Remember, my skills are limited in a lot of areas.
Well, 2019 is going to be a great year.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Have some fun. It's a fun game, though, right? We love coming to San Diego. Oh!
Tried again, Pete.
We heard that. He did that on purpose.
We're ready for 6:06.
He wanted to show the other one wasn't an accident. I have to go through that song and dance again, Carter. Let everything go in.
Another chance for Lee. Well, if he banks it in from here, Pete, I'm going home.
Yeah, easy. Don't get hurt now. Game's over. Lead the team.
San Diego State rolls over BYU. 52 in the first half for the Aztecs. 90 in the game. San Diego State wins it over the Cougars. Well, it's been a few years, but this is now the third consecutive win for San Diego State over BYU. The Aztecs head into Christmas break with a happy win. 90-81.
Great win by San Diego State, Carter. They did it defensively, offensively. They shared the ball, knocked down threes. It was a clinic that time by Aztecs.
For Pete Gill and our entire crew, I'm Carter Blackburn. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. After the break, we'll send you to the premiere, mid-March. Porter Moser, happy holidays. So long from San Diego.